right. Now that you've been formally introduced, we'll take questions for Fernando.
Fernando, down here in front.
Recording in progress.
We just had Coach Wilcox and Isaiah Fonse in here, and they both had really nice things to say about your performance. Can you evaluate how you think you did and also just how much fun you had playing?
Yeah, just to elaborate on that point, I had the best time of my life out there. I was so happy. I mean, it was just great playing with my brothers and finally get the opportunity to play and fight alongside them it meant the world to me, especially Coach Wilcox and the offensive staff finally giving me a chance. I felt that I needed to capitalize on that opportunity, and it was just great playing with my O-linemen, with all 5 O-linemen out there, with TJ Session, Bayer, Driscoll, Bastion, Vati, who unfortunately got hurt, prayers up for Vati, and Bastion Sweeney. It was great just playing with them, especially with our really talented running backfield and our receivers and our tight end. I mean, it was just really easy for me, honestly.
Well, now that you've mentioned all of them, can you talk about how you think you did?
I think I played pretty well, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters to me is winning. And, I mean, you could have your personal accolades and have a good game, but I'm not going to go past the point. I believe that I did decently well for my first start, especially against solid Oregon State defense. Have to give it out to defensive coordinator, Mr. Bray, Coach Bray, who he did a really good job, and he was really tough to go against. However, at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters to me is winning, and I'm just looking forward to Utah because I know we're going to have a chance against them, and I just can't wait.
If I can ask a follow-up.
Yeah.
Your family's like 3,000 miles away. I don't suppose any of them are here. And do you know for a fact they're able to watch the game?
Yeah, so actually my dad, Fernando Mendoza, my uncle, Juan Carlos Pereira, and my uncle, my other distant uncle, John Reed, they all flew out to the game after they heard I was getting to start. So, I mean, it just really just shows I'm just so grateful to have a great family to come out and then have my family watching at home, especially my mom and my little brothers. So it meant the world to me to have my family come here and then play with my family on the field.
Have you had a chance to see them since
I
the
haven't
game?
had a chance to see them. So I told them I was doing media. I'll see them up there on the steps when I'm all done, and we'll have breakfast in the morning tomorrow, so it'll be great.
Okay, Steve?
Yeah, Fernando, you introduced yourself to us walking up here. If you were going to introduce yourself now to Cal fans, what would you tell them? One thing about your personality and one thing about your playing ability that maybe they don't know yet.
After today's game, I would just like to tell everyone that Fernando Mendoza, I'm a competitor. At the end of the day, all I do is want to win. This football team has the tremendous opportunity to win a lot of games, and I feel like if we all put it together, especially myself at the end of the game, if I can put a better game at the end of the game by myself, then I mean, our team is great. I feel like we have a really great opportunity to win these last couple of games, and I know we have a hard stretch with a lot of like ranked teams or whatever you call it. However, I think this is a great opportunity. So I would say that I'm a competitor, and the one thing I'd be like to be described is I wouldn't want to pat myself on the back or anything, but if my teammates call me a leader, then that would be my biggest goal.
How have you dealt with Sam and with Ben over the past 6 weeks and this past week when you got the job?
So funny enough, Sam, Ben, and I, and we also have other quarterbacks in the room like Tyler Jensen, Brady, and then Belai. We all have tremendous support for each other, whether it's Sam, Ben, or me that's playing. We just want to win. We just want to win. And Sam, he's actually my hotel roommate, and he was tremendous to me this weekend, always helping me out, quizzing me Friday night and then Saturday morning. He even left a note on my hotel bed after he left, and he was like, "Fernando, you're going to have a tremendous game. Love you, brother." So it just speaks volumes of Sam and also Ben and everyone else's character in the quarterback room.
Any other questions in the room? Thomas?
Your chemistry with Taj Davis and your roommate Jack Andrews was ever apparent tonight.
Yes.
How'd you assess the strides you guys have made together and just how far these different combinations can go?
So first off, I want to say that all of our targets are really explosive and really viable in the pass game. So just going out there and having just loads of people, whether it be the one group, the two group, even the three group, that I repped all throughout the fall camp with each different group, I would say that I have loads of chemistry with each individual receiver, tight end, and any other skill position. So Jack Andrews is my roommate. It's one of my best friends, and we've always worked a lot throughout the offseason. So that chemistry was apparent, especially throwing with anticipation. I missed him on a wheel route that I can get him on, but we're going to work on that tomorrow and Monday, so it's going to be all good. And Taj Davis, he's a great guy. Can't speak enough about Taj. Taj is a really explosive route runner. He gets out of his breaks really well. And the one thing I will say is the receiver room, one thing that's great about a receiver room, no matter who gets the targets, no matter if it's Jay Hunt, Brian Hightower, Monroe Young, or Maven Anderson, whoever, they're all really supportive of each other. No one is begging for the ball. Everyone's just all focused on making the right decision and winning the game. So I can't speak volumes of what Coach Toller has done in that receiver room.
Okay, well, Jeff, we'll get Jeff a mic here.
Fernando, on the touchdown pass you threw to Isaiah, and then again on the 2-point pass you threw to the first one,
Yes.
it looked like you were just about to take off running, and then you still found the target in the end zone. Just talk about your ability to keep your eyes down the field and finding a receiver in those circumstances.
I believe that's tremendously important. One of the quarterbacks that I look up to is Josh Allen, and he does a great job of when he escapes the pocket, not just running, however, also being able to have his eyes downfield, as you said, and finding a target. Especially with our receiver room, I'd rather throw the ball to them every single day rather than have myself run. Not that, I mean, I think I should showcase I'm not scared to run. However, those guys are just such great weapons. I'd rather throw them the ball. So I'm always having my eyes downfield looking for options. And it's kind of funny that Isaiah was actually my lead blocker on that play. It was a quarterback draw play, and he ended up getting a touchdown. So great play.
Fernando, I know that you've said several times that all that matters to you is winning.
Yeah.
As happy as you are about the opportunity you got tonight and how it kind of went for the offense, do you have any sense of how happy you might be when you win a game?
Yeah. I like to portray a positive character, and I believe that I'm a positive guy. So it might seem as I'm always trying to rally people and bring a positive energy force to the offense and to the team. However, the win would have meant everything to me. At the end of the day, I'm really happy that I played decently in my first start, but it would have meant the world to me to win. However, can't control the past, only the future. So the team is looking forward to Utah next week. It's going to be a great environment there, and I can't wait to play there.
Okay, we'll go over to Zoom. We have a question from Jake Curtis on Zoom. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, Fernando, how nervous were you when you took the field for the first series, and how did that change over the course of the game?
All righty, Mr. Curtis. Yeah, so when I first got out there, this game, it means everything to me. So when I got first out there, there was a little bit of nervousness. However, especially after the first completed pass, I was kind of like, okay, I got this. This is just glorified practice. So that was kind of my mindset throughout the game. And after the game, once I got hit a couple times, I mean, I was just locked and loaded, and I was ready to go out there and provide for my teammates and distribute the ball and try to be an operator out there. So I definitely was a little bit nervous at first. I did miss Jay Hunt on an out route, and then a couple other receivers feeling a little jitters because it means a lot. However, I was able to get that out of the way pretty quick.
Steve?
Fernando, take me back a couple of years ago. How does a kid from Miami wind up going to the University of California?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Coming into my senior year, my only standing viable offer was Yale. So after the season, I was planning to go to Yale, and then the Cal staff reached out to me, and I thought that it was a gift from God. And they recruited me, and once I knew how great the academics were here, how competitive the football team was here, and how they can help achieve my goals, both off the field in the classroom and then on the field to make it to the NFL, I was all in. So being far away from home, I never thought that my only FBS offer would be Cal and that I would end up at Cal. But it's been a great blessing for me and my family.
Okay, Emmanuel?
Fernando, from the press box, we could see how electric you got when you scored. Could you talk a little bit about how that energy kind of revitalizes the offense for future drives?
I believe energy is everything, especially in our offense that Coach Babb did a great job game planning and putting together. Our offense is a lot about energy and tempo and communicating the sidelines. And I believe that when we have all cylinders hitting, everyone's communicating the sideline, that's when we're at our best. So I really believe that energy is a large part in our offensive success today that we did have. And I can't praise enough the offensive staff that really preached the energy and how important the tempo was this game.
Can you go with a final question for Fernando? Okay, thanks, Fernando.
Oh, thank you guys. Really appreciate you guys.
Recording stopped.